Okay, we're talking to Peter Moss, who's getting ready for the A road race. Peter was the winner of last year's A Criterium. What do you think is going to happen in this race, Peter?
Well, it's going to be tough. A lot of corners, no hills, so it's not my kind of race, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
Tom Lewis was complaining a little bit about the lack of hills also.
Well, the hills, I think, separate some of the better riders from some of the people who are just going to hang on. So I think certainly Tom is one of the strongest riders in the club, and like him, I would like to see some hills and try to string the group out a little bit so we can get away.
What do you think it's going to take to get a breakaway on this course? It's quite flat. What do you think is going to have to happen here?
I haven't ridden it, but there's some tight corners, so maybe if things get strung out, maybe in a time bonus preem lap or something, we might be able to get away.
Take a break off the preem?
Possibility, yeah. I
see we have some early pre-race strategy here.
Well, I don't want to talk too loud because there's some people around who are listening.
Okay, well, don't worry. We won't show the film to anybody till after the race, Peter.
That's fine.
Now, Peter, one thing we noticed, you have a new bike. We'll zoom right down here on this new bike. It's a bright blue Sirota. I understand you've only ridden it 2 times. Did you set it up especially for this race?
It's my secret weapon.
I see.
I've unveiled it for this race.
I see. Now, that's the bike with the helium-filled tubes. Is that correct?
I'm not saying.
Okay. I understand, although Peter probably won't confirm this, that has the helium-filled tubes and argon pumped in the tires as a secret weapon. Some people feel that that gives a little bit smoother ride. Peter's able to pump those tires up to about 300 pounds. He's sat there with 2 water bottles, as most people are in a road race.
Yeah, something new.
And he's putting the cowling over his bicycle, apparently just like the Australians did with the keel to their boat. I believe he wants to keep this bike secret. Is it true you're going to ride with a sheet over your bicycle, Peter?
More than that, but I just can't say because there are people listening.
All right, we'll see what happens during the race, and we'll follow this story closely. Good luck, Peter. Mike Zatkin, obviously a very tired rider. You can, see how he's all sweaty after this race. Mike, that was a very gutsy move you made. You soloed the entire last lap, and you just couldn't quite hold them off at the end.
Well, I figured that I was having some trouble through the corners, and I figured they were better sprinters than I was, so that was about the only way. I felt strong. I figured that was the only way that I was going to do anything in the end, so gave it a shot.
You had a very good-looking gap there for a while. What happened? Did you just get tired after about a mile?
The wind in the backstretch is kind of hard, so I think that slowed me down with the 3 of them working together. But they worked hard. They didn't let me have anything there. They were really pushing hard, and they just caught up to me. I give them a lot of credit.
Now, during the film of that happening, we had that on film, I mentioned that it was similar to the move Greg LeMond tried in the '83 Worlds, where he soloed the last lap. And I told everybody that you and Greg were close friends, and perhaps perhaps he had inspired you a little bit.
We look alike, can't you tell?
Yeah, we noticed that. I know that many people, often mistake you two.
I think I watched the tape of the Olympics too much. And I was trying to pull what Graywall did, so.
Well,
but it was fun. It was worth a try, so.
And that's what it's all about. You got to have fun out there, right?
I believe it.
Okay, good luck next year, Mike.
Thank you.
Okay, we're talking to Fred Kasparian. Fred was second, I believe, in last year's road race. Is that true, Fred?
Yes, that was.
Now, I understand in last year's race, you almost won it. You were ahead in the final 200 or 300 meters, and somebody came by you right at the line?
Tom Lewis. There were 2 lines on the road, and I sprinted for the wrong line.
The old 2-line problem. Yes, a classic in bike racing. So how do you feel for this year's race?
I feel pretty good this year. I'm going to stay up near the front, try and, if there's a break, I'm going to go with it. Just be there for the finish.
There was a very early breakaway in the B race. Do you think that might happen in the A race?
I think so. With all the tight corners and the long straightaways, it'll tend to stretch people out. And if there's a gap developing in the wind, people just move right away.
You done anything special to prepare for this race?
Yes,
I
plan to wear a jacket in the race.
The old coat over the head. That's so the other people in the field won't know who you are?
That's exactly it. I'll be racing incognito.
Now, we were talking to your brother, and he said that he's been taking lots of drugs to prepare for this race. Have you been doing the same thing?
I've been taking illegal drugs. I've been ODing on coffee every morning. So, you know, to get me that caffeine high.
But no banned substances?
No banned substances.
Now, don't you feel that will put you at a disadvantage in this race?
No, because I'll be running on the natural energies of my body. So when the drugs go, I'll still be there.
Okay, when the drugs give out on the other people, you'll still be rolling.
You betcha.
Sounds like a good plan. And we'll talk to you after the racetrack.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're here with Cindy Emery, who was the only woman who raced in the B race. How did it feel out there?
Oh, it was terrific. It was a good race.
Now, there's more women who usually ride in the B race out at Wells, but you were the only one who showed up. Any idea why that was?
I think, well, when we first started, it looked a little overcast, so maybe a lot of people decided not to come.
There was quite a small field in the Bs. There's usually a much bigger crowd in the normal B races.
It makes it harder when it's a smaller pack, because you have to work harder.
Now, that breakaway got away very easily on the first lap. It seemed as if the field wasn't really organized to catch them. How did it seem from within the field?
No.
I basically just stuck with the pack, and if they started speeding up, I started speeding up.
So you weren't up there trying to initiate anything to chase the break?
I didn't. It's funny, when you're in the pack, sometimes you don't even realize that there's a break going on.
So perhaps some people didn't see that get away on the first lap.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we'll watch the A race here soon.